It's time now for us to do exercise 2. And in this exercise, we're going to practice some of the skills that we've learnt in relation to lookup functions. So we have a table on this worksheet that just shows us some athlete names, their bib numbers, the event that they ran in, the route that they took, and the position. So this is really an athlete's finishing table. And what I'd like you to do is in cell H3, I'd like you to create a data validation drop-down list that lists out all of the athletes. And just a quick tip here, all of the athletes in column A are unique, so we don't have any duplicates. I'd then like you to construct a formula using a lookup function of your choice so that when we select an athlete from the drop-down, it's going to return their bib number, the route they took, and their position. And the final thing I'd like you to do is just add some error checking into your formula. So it might be that you add if error, or maybe you add if NA, just to make sure that if there is an error in this data, we're handling that error with a meaningful message. See how you get on with that, and if you want to see my answer, then please keep watching. So the first thing we need to do here is create a data validation drop-down list in cell H3 that lists out all of the athletes. So let's click in cell H3, up to data, and into data validation. Now we want to create a drop-down list, so let's select that from the menu, and our source is going to be the athlete names. So Control Shift down arrow to select all of them. Let's click on OK. So now I should find that I have my little drop-down list with all of the athletes listed out. Time now to move on to our lookup formula. Now for this example, I'm going to use index and match. But if you'd rather use VLOOKUP or even XLOOKUP, then please feel free. So we're going to do our index, our array. So what are we looking for here? We're looking for the bib number. So our array is going to be the bib number column, B4 to B27, comma. We now need to find the row number. So we're going to go straight in with our match because we're going to match the athlete name. That's going to be our lookup value. We want to match the athlete name in the athlete name column, Control Shift down arrow, comma. We want to do an exact match of the athlete name, close off match, close off index, and hit enter. Now it says NA in there. And if you remember, I said I'd like you to add some error checking into these formulas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight up to the formula bar, and we're just going to wrap this in an if NA. And if we do come across an NA, we want it to say not found, like so. So now if I select an athlete, I should find that it either tells me what their bib number is, or if it can't find it in the table, it's going to come up with not found. Let's complete our other two index and match formulas. So equals index. This time we're looking for the route. So that is going to be our array, Control Shift down arrow, comma. We automate the finding of the row number by using match. Our lookup value is whatever we have in H3. We're looking up the athlete name in the athlete name column, and we want to do an exact match. Close off match, close off index, hit enter. And remember, you could also add your error checking into this formula. Let's do the final one. This time I'm going to switch things up and I'm going to use a VLOOKUP. This time I need my lookup value, which I'm going to find in cell H3. My table array, well, this is my table array over here. I'm going to select everything. Which column do I want to return? Well, I want to return the position. And counting from left to right, I can see that this is column number 5. What type of match do I want to do? Well, I want to do an exact match, so we want a false argument on the end. Close the bracket, hit enter, and I get my result. Let's double check to make sure this is correct. So let's find Donald Holland. His bib number is 1090. He ran the East Loop route and he finished in position number 7.